Paris Hilton is getting political, people. On Tuesday, the Utah State Legislature ceremoniously signed the school reform bill championed by Paris, which called for reform to the state's laws around the troubled teen industry. In February, Paris testified against Provo Canyon School, the boarding school whose staff members she is accused of inflicting emotional, physical, and psychological abuse on her during her stay as a teenager. The reality star shared her own story for the first time in her documentary, This is Paris, which actually came out last year. Paris attended the signing and spoke out about how grateful she was to the state legislature of Utah. She said, quote, "I'm so glad that this bill is being signed into law that will ensure more regulation of these centers and protection for children. We will continue pushing this issue to the federal level so that laws protecting teens and children are made in all 50 states." Morgan, did you happen to watch her documentary, This is Paris, which came out last year? I mean, it's kind of amazing to see her, which I don't think anyone, took Paris seriously, even though I always did because I'm obsessed with her. But kind of amazing to see her take on this very serious issues and trying to change laws. Her and Kim Kardashian are mirroring each other in a lot of ways.
Yeah, her and Kim do really mirror each other, which is funny because I feel like growing up with when Keeping Up with the Kardashians really started, and that Kim started out as like her stylist and organizing Paris's closet. People, I think, always thought that they were like rivals in a way, but they're actually really good friends. And yeah, they have seemed to take in very similar paths. But yeah, I really applaud Paris. I know a lot of people like to see her as just this blonde, don't like to take her seriously, but
yeah, right.
But this girl went through something very traumatic, and you can't take that away from somebody. And she was brave enough to speak out about it. I loved her documentary. I thought, it was really eye-opening, not to what was just going on in schools like that, which is terrifying. And her coming out about it also led to other people coming out and speaking out about it. I know like Kat Von D did as well. So, it also just gave you more insight into her life and like how much she struggles with that stereotype of her in general. Like she has to put on this Paris show for people, but that's like not really who she is. And I actually loved all the stuff with her sister because obviously Nikki Hilton knows her better than anyone. And Nikki's always just talking about how Paris is just like not like that.
No, she's not. I've met Paris, and she is.
You do.
I got to be honest. She's not only the nicest person to her fans, but like she reinvents herself constantly, and not in the way that Madonna does. I'm not talking about just like the way she dresses and like the type of crazy music, but just like she's a innovator and a creator and an owner of an empire. I mean, she was kind of the first. Really the first person to create from like reality star, famous for being famous, into a huge brand that's internationally recognized. I mean, for me, when I hear about the story, and I'm so proud of Paris for being able to do it, but like, where are the parents in this? Like, it would be interesting to hear from some parents who thought that they were sending their kids to, maybe a stricter boarding school, but to find out that their kids went through psychological, emotional abuse. I wonder if some parents' accounts might help further this narrative along, because I think a lot of people are like, wait a minute, did the parents know about this beforehand
Right. And you see that in the documentary. I mean, Paris's parents, her mom was just like very, because she didn't tell them, because who would, like she says, who would believe like a teenage kid about like, not liking boarding school? Like, sure. But like, her mom was even like shocked about everything that she learned and found out about and what Paris went through. So I feel like a lot of parents, they probably didn't know for a lot of the kids who went through the same thing until someone like Paris did speak out about it. And so these are the times in which, it's easier for people to do it with social media, but I also think it is a personal choice. And the fact that she did come out and she is being so brave about it, with her platform, it did open up a movement, and now they have, they took it to court and it passed.
People know about it.
You can't say that these people don't do some good things. I know people are like, oh, I don't know. They like to whip out The Stars Are Blind or whatever her single was, which was fantastic. But
Still a good job.
But yeah, I mean, I applaud Paris definitely for this.
Me too.